What's going on, people? This is No Labels Podcast. I am your host, Willie G. We got my mans in the building.
Hey, yo, what's going on? Peace and grace. It's
You know
Darius
what I'm saying?
Dior.
How you doing?
Salute, okay.
It's a pull up. We back. This season 2 of the pull up season, and it only be right if we gonna start it off with my man Dior. You know what I'm saying? With your new project,
Hey, yo.
him and me.
It's
You know what I'm saying? We gonna talk about the project, but how you doing, man? What's going? How you doing?
Good, man. I'm safe, man. In the spirit, I gotta shoulder a lot of weight right now because I'm, off my job right now. And I don't want. Let me be clear. It's not voluntary that I'm off my actual job. Like I got forced out. You know what I'm saying? The company gave us the option to reapply or take a severance package. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else got the option. I had to take the package. So
So you got laid off.
I got laid off.
Wow.
I got laid off, man.
Okay.
So but for me, it's retirement. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been doing that for 14 years, and it wasn't the best place to be in my life personally.
Yeah.
That doesn't take away from what kind of job it was. You know what I'm saying? Great company, but layoffs happen. You know what I'm saying?
Layoffs do happen.
And that's why it's important for you to be your own boss because there's no security in jobs, man.
I didn't know you got laid off.
Yeah, bro.
No, I didn't know. But I mean, yeah, it's your retirement. So
Yeah.
So you starting a new leg on your life. You got your business going on. Thinking King Media.
Think King Media. Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Everybody
So
needs content created, man.
So that mean you in them waters right now.
In them waters, man.
Yeah.
But I ain't drowning though.
Yeah, you swim. You got to be in them waters. It's different in them waters.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Like a job. We were talking about it before the podcast got started. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna be. We was talking like a job is safe. Like I know for the most part, like at least 80% of people don't like their job. Let's keep it real.
Yeah.
But a job is safe. Like once you don't like, once you out there once you out there on your own, like if you gotta get up every day and get it. Like
Right.
if you don't get up and get it, it ain't getting got.
It ain't getting got.
No PTO days, no sick days.
Nope.
I mean, you still gotta have insurance, but you gotta figure out you gotta get that yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's different in the waters. So I mean, but I salute you because
Yeah.
you got a good thing built. It ain't like you out here like you got a nice thing going. You know what I'm saying? And it's growing. So
Yeah.
yeah, salute that. Because at the end of the day, that's my goal. Like I'm trying to retire. You know what I'm saying? Severance package. I don't listen. I don't want to do the same thing every day for 20 odd years. I respect it. Every blue collar worker, I'm your advocate.
Keep getting your money.
For real, I'm not gonna quit today because I got a dream to be a podcast, this media dude. Like I would like to quit today,
Yeah.
but I got responsibilities. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? A man that don't provide for his own is worse than an infidel.
That's
You
a
know what I'm
fact.
saying?
That's a fact.
I can't. Like I done did it before. I done jumped out of the waters and then got humbled.
Man, Willie G, I gotta tell you this, bro. I'm proud of you, man.
I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying?
Like sitting here looking at you, bro. And I don't even know what year it was that we met, man. Maybe a decade ago or so, man.
Yeah, it was about a decade ago. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was right
man.
around me and my wife first got married.
Yeah, man. And
About 8 or 9 years.
yeah, bro. And I'm just proud of just your growth, man, personally, man. And
It's mutual.
yeah, bro. You just keep elevating, man. And and knowing where you came from,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, and how we even linked up, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy, bro.
It is crazy, man. I appreciate that. For real, I appreciate, you know what I'm saying? Because men don't hear that every day. We don't hear that. So, yeah, I definitely appreciate that because we need to hear that. I'm proud. And it's vice versa.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, you know what I'm saying? It's hard out here for men. Like, I'm going to keep it 100. Like, at the end of the day, like, bruh, your feelings a lot of times come second. Like, these bills do. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about you feeling overwhelmed. And it ain't personal. It's just like the responsibility it is. I appreciate that.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate that, man. But we here, him and me. We're going to get into the music, but we're going to talk for a little second. There's a lot going on.
No doubt.
And being that this whole project, I mean, this whole episode is around music. I do want to talk some stuff going on in the culture.
Yeah.
Let me see. I got a list today because I ain't just going off the dome. Like I was
going out the
I
door.
was writing some ideas down. I'm trying to figure out like where we want to start. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do some icebreakers because this is what me and Audrey do, kind of get the conversation flowing.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give you a phrase, and I want you to come back and like however you want to reply. You know what I'm saying? You reply, but I'm gonna give you the phrase.
All right, let's go.
Everybody can't go.
Everybody can't go with you because your elevation is really predicated on what God put in you and who He is in you. You know what I'm saying? Like you know, I might be an eagle, you might be a hawk.
That's fine,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? I go higher and I go higher. You could peck at my back, but eventually you ain't gonna be able to breathe, man.
Yeah. You ain't meant for them altitude.
You ain't really built for the altitude, man.
It's real. Everybody can't go. I like
everybody
that.
can't go. It's not that everybody can't go, and I'm gatekeeping and keeping everybody out.
Yeah.
It's you just not capable of going.
This ain't your lane. This
ain't your lane, man.
It ain't personal either.
And it's not personal.
It ain't always bad. Like we put it like I'm cutting so and so off. Sometimes you do, but it ain't like me and Audrey say. I like cause me and Audrey say like I was in the military for a certain point of life, and it's like we go through basic training, then we go through AIT, which we get trained for our job, and after that we get duty stations.
Right.
And like these people that we came up with since basic training, we started out with, we all go our separate ways. Like we all like some get stationed in Hawaii, some get stationed in Germany, some get stationed in Georgia, whatever the case may be. And that's how we see. That's how I look at. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can't go sometimes. A lot of the time, cause like it ain't nothing personal. I'm just supposed to be over here in Hawaii right now,
doing what I got to
like,
do.
It ain't
over here.
like we a link when we. And sometimes everybody can't go because you gotta cut dead weight off.
Yeah,
You got to notice.
Yeah, sometimes it's like that.
Yeah,
most
sometimes
of the
it is
time,
like that.
Most of the time, it's you're not capable of going.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you could, you just be there and I meet you there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you're just not capable of being there.
That's real. Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
You know, I got another phrase. Like I said, this is just some get your mind ticking before we get into the project. Do people still care about good art? You know what I'm saying? Like your project, I would consider that good art.
Yeah.
Do people really care about good art anymore? Like
I think people do. I just think it's a monkey see, monkey do world. You know what I'm saying? Like I was talking to my son about it. I was like, you know, he said I can't listen to Tupac. Right. And I was like, you know what? I said that about Tupac when I was fanning out about Biggie, and I was monkey seeing, monkey doing with the world. And
you is a New York dude?
Yeah. So I was a big Biggie fan, but I didn't really appreciate and understand who Pac was as a person. I only saw him through the media, you know what I'm saying, and how they didn't really value the art that he was putting out. And he did it all at such a young age. And we in a monkey see, monkey do world. Like we talked about this last time. This is why we got to do this. This is why we got to do podcasts. This is why we got to do content, because, you know, the media is now standardized, bro. It's all packaged to give you one particular message in a different way.
Yeah, mainstream media, I would say.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, because media is an art too.
Definitely, it definitely is art. It's definitely telling a story.
Yeah,
definitely is telling a story.
Yeah,
I say like, stuff like podcasts. Okay, I think podcasts is like it's probably the only place that you can get so much diversity. You know what I'm saying? Even more than music now. Now mainstream is still like the biggest platforms right now. Not the big, like most of the biggest. It's still telling the same message in different ways.
Right.
Like it's still standardized.
Yeah.
But like the levels underneath, like you got some. It's a lot more diversity in podcasting and like media content creating than it is in mainstream media, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. I also, like I said, I think people do appreciate good art, but it's hard to find. And so like when
It's hard to find. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you got all this other stuff, man, that make money. You know what I mean? Like saying your booty hole brown. You know what I'm saying?
Sexy red. I mean,
you know,
be real.
and I ain't even.
You ain't trying to knock her.
Yeah.
Get
your bag, but to somebody that's good art. You see what I'm saying?
Is it though? Like, would they like
to somebody it is?
Good music. I mean, like, is it a vibe? Like, I ain't gonna flex. Like that ski. Like, I don't like nothing, but like it's catchy. And if you're not careful, You catch that? You know what I'm saying?
See,
Like,
I know about the name of it more so than I do what it sound like.
see, I got a son. They play football, and it's like I'm gonna be real. Like this, I know the effects of Sexy Red. Like Sexy Red at her height. Like right now, she kind of like I ain't gonna say what it look, but it looked like she's starting to fizzle out a little bit. Even like Glorilla, how she came on with
She came on,
and then she fizzling it out.
right?
It seemed like the same way with Sexy Red. Like I'm not here for a long time. I'm here for a good time type
Right.
deal.
Yeah.
But even that, like the impact, like I've never seen a female, even Nicki Minaj, and that's I put Nicki Minaj above all the chicks as far as like what she did.
Above all of them.
Yeah, like as far as like what she did is like I don't see nobody did what Nicki did. Like as far as female, like maybe but I don't see nobody that did what she did.
Yeah, I mean you can say that as far as female MCs go.
Yeah, as far as female MCs, but it's like man, Sexy Red, man, that's Ski. I'm like, bro, and I'm like, they had. I mean, you see it on TikTok. They got high school football teams getting live off of Ski.
Getting to it on
Sexy
Ski.
Red. I'm like, what is we doing? We went from Pastor Troy. We ready to Ski? You know what I'm saying? And it's
We did. I mean, but like I said, I can't knock it.
I'm not knocking the hustle. I'm just saying I witnessed how powerful like that run was. Like
That run, yeah.
Like how like it hit, and I witnessed like the power, even the media. Like that. No, Sexy Red was like everywhere. When I say everywhere, everywhere. I'm talking lawyers and doctors listening to Ski.
Listening to Ski, yeah,
For real.
yeah, yeah. And like I said, I think people still appreciate good art. It's medialized, like you said. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I think more people appreciate it than what the media puts off. Because like the media puts off, we don't want a Kendrick Lamar album or like that. Like we want more fun music. We want
we want to turn up. We want to have fun before the game. Like we don't want to.
How it's portrayed, it would seem like they're not, but it's really a lot of people. That's why you look at Griselda. You know what I'm saying? And they style the music, and it's like
you appreciate it because of the sound and the nostalgia that's connected to it. That's connected to art that you listen to. You know what I mean? Before now.
And it's like, but it's old school vibe. A lot of this stuff is like old school vibe, like old school type vibe. But it's like you really got to be into that. It's a niche market.
It is.
But at the same time, they blowing up, and like the people who blowing them up is like the truck drivers. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The people that's been waiting, like, bruh, like I'm not trying to listen to none of those Ski, none of that.
None of that, man. None of that.
I go to work, I feed my kids, and this is what I'm putting in when I'm riding through the city. You know what I'm saying? Like the blue collars is what really like they really popping. Whatever they doing, it's like I think people do appreciate good art, but
but what is good art?
What is good art? Now that's opinion. Like I think good art is something like okay, you got this project. I don't know how long you worked on this project. I don't know if you spit it out.
If I check my calendar, let's say September 23rd.
September 23rd.
That's when I started writing it.
September, October. Was it 2 months?
Yeah.
2 months. So, but even in that, you took time to. You didn't just throw it together. You already got visuals together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You first you had to put together 5 songs.
Yeah. Well, first I got the record. You know, I heard the Spirit say "Him and Me," right?
Yeah.
And it was a significant thing because I just wanted to do one song, but after I wrote the one song, the song inspired me to spit 100 more bars.
Yeah, but think about all the time you put in that. That's what I consider good art. It's like you put time in there, your life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's like I think good art is something that you like. Now I'm not saying good art can't come out in like 5 minutes. I'm not because sometimes you just get that burst of inspiration. But a lot of times that burst of inspiration come after like a long period of nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even still though, if you count the wait time, you waiting on the inspiration to come. You done threw away 100 ideas, then there's one idea coming. But it's still, I think time. I think like when you really put whatever it is,
you put it in the microwave, you let it.
Yeah, like you don't just, you know what I'm saying?
It happen quick. It's different than when you put it in the oven or you put it in the crock pot.
Let it cook. Yeah, that's what I think good art is.
I was talking about that on Tony podcast the other day. Yeah. That's good art.
That's what I think good art is, man. Okay, you gotta we getting warmed up. What you think about it, Andre, man? Come on, man. Like
that's all I was about to say, man.
Good art. Good art. What you think? Honest opinion? You rocking with Andre?
First of all, I didn't listen to the Flute album. I'm not gonna listen to it.
It's weird to me, but I'm be real.
That's the first thing.
It's weird.
And the second thing is, I like what he said before he put it out. He was like, me rapping right now wouldn't feel authentic. It wouldn't be real. Like,
I did like what he said.
you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And he was like, his perspective on fame has changed, where it's like nobody is supposed to be have that level of that much admiration at one time.
And it's true. As far as like humans really can't take that. Like it does something to us.
It does something to us, man.
You know
like,
what I'm saying? And Andre, one of my favorite of all time, still.
I didn't listen to it, but I like what he said. You know what I'm saying? That we shouldn't have that level, that much admiration. He said it's inhumane.
I can feel that though.
That's what he said.
I can feel that. It's like I can feel that. Like honestly, I think fame does something to the human soul. You know what I'm saying?
It does.
Not even counting the pressure. Not even counting like the pressure that it brings. But at the end of the day, like, I don't think that should be your goal. I think some people born for that.
Yeah.
I think some people like that's they. Because at the end of the day, I mean even like at the end of the day, like. So I think some people is born for that. I don't think everybody built for that. And even the people born for it, I think it still takes a toll on it.
You know what? One thing I learned that was trending is that most people that come from the bottom, really, those are the people that God elevate for some reason.
Yeah, I mean that's a pattern. You know what I'm saying? Like really the worst of the worst.
Like those of us in the middle, like, you know, we kind of, you know, we kind of be in the middle, but like it be people from the bottom that end up getting real famous.
And that's
and sometimes
that's real.
Sometimes it's people that be in the middle that end up getting elevated too. Like,
I'm be real. Like,
you wouldn't say that somebody like Drake came from the bottom.
Nah, Drake ain't. I mean,
it started from the bottom. Now
but what's your bottom? You know what I'm saying? But it was his bottom.
That was his bottom.
It was his bottom.
It was his bottom.
But you told somebody else, you like, you was suburban.
Yeah, for
You know
sure.
You had snacks in the cabinet.
For sure.
You was that friend. Like everybody in the hood had a friend that we used to go to, and that was the house where they had all the snacks.
Right.
And the snacks.
They had it. Right.
It's like, but still, that's his bottom. But I mean, I don't think you should do it for fame. Now, do it for impact. Because at the end of the day, I want to influence as many as I can. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I don't want to seek to, because fame is aggravating. Like you can't even go to the store. You know what I'm saying? You can't really have a normal life. But I want to be able to impact as much as like I don't want to put no cap on it. It's like nah, it's as big as this thing gonna go. I'm gonna go with it. I want to see.
You gonna go all the way with it.
Yeah, I want to see how far I can take it. Like I don't want to put no limits on it.
Right.
But I do have a limit. But either way, what he did, that's called like Oscar. I can't say it. I know what it is, but I sound crazy trying to say it right now.
Yeah.
But it's like no, that's some different job. Like that's some different. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. That would be the reason why I wouldn't.
Will Smith took it too. Will Smith took it. A lot of and then everybody who do it, Mike Tyson. Everybody who do it is like
they have
like this divine. It's like this divine thing. Like they really, you feel me?
Yeah.
Like everybody who do it say it changed their life basically. Everybody who do it, you know what I'm saying? But it's weird, bro.
It's weird. It's weird. That's
real.
That's what I like. I said I heard some of the content about with the interview. You know what I'm saying? That's how I was like, I'm gonna fall back from it.
Nah, it's weird. I'm gonna be real, but that's honest. That's honest.
Yeah.
Either way, Andre 3000 is still my top 5.
That guy, yeah,
he's still my top 5. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dead or alive. That's you know what I'm saying. And I ain't gonna talk too much about it, but you did say you was a real Biggie fan. So you one of the people who say Biggie better than Tupac, right?
I did say that.
Huh?
I did.
I mean, I ain't mad at it, but it's like I
did. I said, but it wasn't because of any artistic preference. It was because I was from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
You know, if I'm a Brooklyn kid, and at the time, you know what I mean, it was like you East Coast versus West Coast. You were feeding into the Matrix and what the media was saying about that.
Biggie was
who was I but a 10-year-old kid at that time?
That's true.
Having an opinion about growing.
I was the same way about Pop because everybody I grew around was like we rap with Pop, so I ain't listen to Biggie until I got grown.
Right, that's what I was saying. Like as far as like good art is concerned, you know what I'm saying.
I got something for you. I'm gonna keep it moving.
Pac was just good art in general.
I'm gonna keep. I got one more. I do want to talk about this. You been paying attention to D1?
Yeah, I knew you was gonna bring that up, bro.
What you think about it? What you think about D1? What he doing?
I'm glad about it, bro.
I'm proud of him. I'm gonna be real. I like it.
I'm glad about it.
I like
man.
it. Did you see? Because his whole thing, he holding the OGs. Like, he not even talking to the youngins. He talking to the older dudes in the game. You know what I'm saying? The 40 and uppers.
Yeah.
The mid-30s. Like he really, like, holding people accountable. Like, him and Jim Jones got it. Like, because he called out Jim Jones.
Yeah, he Sway in the morning.
Yeah, he was like,
Sway.
he
Yeah,
was like, Jim Jones, you can do better. Rick Ross, you can do better. Mick Mill, you can do better. And it's like everybody throwing shots now. You know what I'm saying? And they're really proving them right. Like, Jim Jones went back on Sway. Like, right after that, he was like, you got to watch you talk about, which is true. I get that, but
he was like, because my little cousin,
yeah, and it's like you really proving
what he's saying right.
But my whole thing, I didn't really realize how old Jim Jones was, and when I really realized, and I looked at it, I'm like, all right, I'm not telling you to stop.
But
rapping.
think about when he was saying ballin'.
Yeah.
Think about how long ago that was, or the Giants was winning Super Bowls.
That was a long time ago. That was yeah. Why you mention that though?
Because the time that has passed, I want to say that Jim Jones grew from 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And I don't know Jim Jones personally enough to say he didn't. But at the same time, I want to be like, okay, I've gotten a different version of Jim Jones, or I grew with Jim Jones in some kind of way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I can't, when he explained himself on Sway in the Morning, he was just letting people know, like, look, everybody ain't where you are spiritually, or where you at with God, or where you're growing at. Everybody ain't on the same page. Everybody ain't on the same wavelength. And I can understand that, too.
You can feel that, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But
at the same time, there's got to be some level of accountability as we grow as men.
It got to be.
It's got to be.
It got to be.
Whether it be personally one-on-one or whether it be publicly. You know what I'm saying? Because then when you start addressing things publicly and somebody addresses that publicly back with you, then it becomes a problem because it ain't a good look for you on a public stage.
I guess it's frustrating for Jim because I really think, as a man, I think Jim would agree with D1, or even like anybody with sense would agree with D1. Like, most of the but the thing is, that brings the bag. Like, okay, now it's a question of you know what I'm saying? Like, am I gonna do what I know was right?
Right.
Or I'm gonna do what's gonna bring that check.
Bring that
check.
check.
You know what I'm saying? I think it's frustrating because I kind of agree with you, but at the end of the day, you mess with my bag. You know what I'm saying? So
it's not going to be a good look. Right?
So it's like, in a sense, it's like, all right, I'm really selling your soul for the money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's selling your soul for the money, honestly. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't shooting no shots, but it is what it is. Like, how I see it, it's like you really. But I like what D1 doing. I ain't gonna stay too far, but I just want to know what you was thinking about D1.
Yeah, man. I'm rooting for him, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I think he's going through a process in his own life as he figures out his way forward.
He called out Lecrae too.
Yeah, I know he did. He
called out Lecrae.
He's been on a tear, and Lecrae unfollowed him and blocked him. Everybody's trying to get clear on where they're going and where they're headed in life, man.
Accountability is real though.
It
is.
Like
we don't understand when you got kids. You really understand the power of this media. That's why that's why I really take what I do serious. Cause you think what you doing not influencing people, but it's like nah, it's cats riding. You know what I'm saying? Knock somebody off listening to your joint. That's what's gonna get them hyped.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or hit this lick. They listening to your joint. That's how they. The same way you about to play a football game and you listen to a certain song. You know what I'm saying? It's the same way some niggas ride and, you know what I'm saying? They put on a certain track list when they about to go get it.
Yeah.
And then it's the facts. Like, you can't just put on anything when you about to go do a robbery. You can't put on anything.
You can't.
It's like you gotta put on. I know. It's like
put on worship music. And,
you can't put on worship music and go hit a lick.
And go rob.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I give it all away. You know what I'm saying? You
For
can't.
sure.
Nah, it ain't gonna work. But nah, D1 man, shout out you D1 man. I respect.
Salute to D1.
I respect you. I respect you and what you're doing.
100%.
I think we do need accountability, but man,
man.
We're gonna get onto your project, man.
Yeah.
We'll get going. How you him and me, man? Talk to me about that. What it mean? I got an idea what it stands for, but
yeah.
Tell me about it.
Now, like I said, it was really just me saying my goodbyes to my 9 to 5, right? Like I'm in a transitional point in my life where I've never worked for another company other than my former employer in my entire adult life, right?
Yeah.
My first job straight out of college, 23 years old. The business acumen and the growth and the value that I got from being a part of that organization. Like somebody is here from that organization right now.
A word?
You know what I'm saying?
Y'all work together?
Yeah, we did some work there together, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying the value that I got, even though I hated it, right? Even though I didn't want to, that wasn't the direction that I saw my life going when I first got there. By the time I'm coming out of there now, it's like, man, I needed that. I needed all 14 of them years to grow into the individual that I am now to attract the level of success that I really wanted for myself before I went into the organization.
So you had to go through the process.
Yeah, had to. Yeah.
Nothing is burp like pain. I did a video on that, man. I think like me being 33 and I'm still learning, but 33 me and 23 me is way different. I did a video. I'm like, I had to really sit down and like, man, pain is necessary.
Yeah,
it's like, bro, it's like, and you don't want to say it because I'm be like, ain't nobody really signing up for it. Like, I don't want to. If I could bypass pain, I promise you, I would. Everybody would. But it's some things pain teaches you that, you know what I'm saying? Having it easy just don't. You know what I'm saying? Like pain, I'm gonna be real. Like
yeah. But like we said earlier, a job is easy. It's a safe place.
A job is so easy. It may not be easy to get up and go to, but it's so safe. Like we don't like. It's safe.
Yeah. Like I don't gotta guess. Or I don't gotta ask nobody for no money.
We ain't gotta give 100%.
We don't even gotta show up 100%.
You can show up 75% and keep your job, and keep your paycheck.
Right. But when you living just beyond your edge, it does something. It puts something in you. It puts a fire in you that
it do. It makes you good.
That you just ain't gonna bring to your job. You know what I'm saying? It forces you to show up in the world. You know what I'm saying? In a way that brings you to a place where you've never been before.
No, that's real. I mean, but then like with you, like with you, like everybody not meant to do what you're doing. Like I would never preach against a job.
Yeah.
Because I think everybody meant to do something outside of their job.
Yeah.
But some people, you know what I'm saying? Because there's nothing wrong with it.
Ain't nothing wrong. Yeah, it's nothing wrong with being employed. Right.
At the end of the day, I think you should have more going for yourself than just your job.
Most definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's tough to hear for somebody that's been on the job for 30 years.
Yeah, it's like, because outside of that, it's like I see it, bro. Especially in my industry, in like I said, blue collar, manufacturing. Man, listen, it's people who've been in like, of course you move up eventually, you go to team lead and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But you do the same thing. You put the same nuts on.
With the same bolts.
To the point where I can put together what I'm putting together in my sleep. You know what I'm saying? And it's people who do that year after year, week in, week out, and it's like you got listen. My God didn't breathe. He didn't just breathe you into like life just to do. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Like, no, it's something more. I'm not saying you gotta leave your job. Some people do. Me personally, I wish everyone could, because I believe like a job should be like almost like boot camp. Like this is what we train, like something we pass through.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Something we pass through, but it's like, nah, it's like, and it's like you really can't live like you want to with just a job, unless your job is like a.
Yeah, you never gonna become wealthy, right? I guess you could say in a way that's forever, but doesn't mean that it's not impossible for you to do that.
No, it's not impossible. No, it's not impossible.
As an organization, you know what I'm saying? And I guess once I realized that I wanted to be free from it, you know what I'm saying? Because even in the moment where I was transitioning, right? Like they made the announcement to me, let me know, hey, you know, we're gonna have you, you know, take a severance package or whatever the case may be. A part of me was like, oh man, I don't even know what that looked like, what that feel like. But at the same time, I had to trust myself and be like, okay, I'm not just out here not doing anything. I've been doing something for the past, 2 years.
Yeah.
Right. So I've been showing myself and proving to myself that I'm actually able to sustain my life in the capacity of creativity that I work in, right? And that's who I am at my core. I'm a creative.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Do I want to go to another meeting? You know what I'm saying? Do I want to go, you know what I mean? Do I want to have another team huddle? Do I want to be a leader again, right?
Yeah.
Do I want to be responsible for other adults? But the reality is you got to do that same thing if you plan on building a successful company for yourself or a successful business in this atmosphere of America. you got to have those tools. You know what I'm saying? You got to have those know-hows.
You do.
And so there's value in having that experience. And then knowing that at any given moment, you could go to any corporation, any business environment, and you could be yourself fully. And because I spent so many years at my past employer, like thinking I needed to be a version of myself that I wasn't, because I had to show up to fit
the mold. Yeah,
the mold. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And until a real leader sat me down and said, "Hey, yo, Darius, listen, this is what we really want from you. We really want you to be yourself.
Yeah.
Be the best version of yourself, right?" Like I was code switching for like 6-7 years.
So you had your 9 to 5, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You got your 9 to 5 voice or your 9 to 5 personality, and then you find out that everybody doesn't have to code switch.
Nah,
right?
Really,
some people are just themselves authentically.
That's the best way,
and that elevated them into the spaces that they were in that corporate environment.
I think that's the only way you really can prosper is being authentic. You know what I'm saying?
Right, being authentic and knowing that you can't outwork somebody and elevate to the spaces that you want. Somebody got to tap you on the shoulder and say, "Hey, I like you," and pull you up to where you really want to go.
Yeah, that's fact.
And not to say that you can't outwork people in other spaces and environments, but the spaces where wealth starts in those environments, like somebody's got to be like, "Yeah, I want that guy right there."
Yeah. They watch what you're going.
Yeah,
I mean they watch what you're doing. Like Toby got a analogy, and it was like nobody's gonna help you. That's what he said. Toby Nwigwe, he was like, nobody's gonna help you if you're on the side of the car and you just sitting there. But if you start pushing your car, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, somebody's gonna get out the car.
You take the initiative, start pushing your car, then somebody's gonna, you know what I'm saying? So basically, like what I'm doing now, I got, you know what I'm saying? I come all the way from Savannah, Georgia, with a whole production in my back seat. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know what I'm saying? Sit down with my man. We talk about his new project, his new music.
Right, but we grew together. You came all the way from Savannah, Georgia, and you came to help, right? You know
exactly. I came to add value.
You with the audio, me with the visual, and now we really building, right? You know what I'm saying?
Collaboration. I'm gonna talk about I do got a Good Riddance, man. That's my favorite track on the project.
I can't wait to do the visual for that, man.
Good Riddance. Like what is that about?
I said that corporate world figured out somehow how to get rid of me, but everything we had was really based on codependency. The money's made outside of the matrix of moral victories, and it's a season of revelation, not epiphanies. A litany of opportunity, serve a different need, mix it in with some discipline and consistency. Strategy to occupy the earth is my anatomy, processing all of its power, different data speeds.
Okay.
I was called before I thought I had to leave, but that achieved by the date I think I'm late is really freedom. Psychologically, I was prepared for my dichotomy, but that's the him and me in a war with wicked entities. If you ain't satisfied, still feeling for more, then you ain't found the kingdom yet. For sure, the kings are poor. And if you a citizen, ain't no need for you to get it in. The truth is really proof that all your lack is because you live in sin. The king can't give you what you're not able to manage. Ain't no use to make excuses for abuse and what you damage. Swallow that. Should have been too tough for you to follow that. Kind of like the waitress on the way to bring your bottle back.
Okay.
That really down those who thought that was profound. Disseminate some more wisdom. Who cannot confound?
We in here.
Pause. You should probably press pause and run this back a bit, because if that was convincing, then the flow gonna have to see. I'm gonna keep this key for you so you can see the truth. The birth the king gave to this didn't have to be induced.
The birth induced, yeah, no.
It didn't have to be induced. Like it just came out.
You gotta
bring. That's what that's about, man.
That's a lot, though. You can't just rap that and just.
No,
we gonna make it simple, man. Look. You did say one thing. You was like, all you lack is because you living in sin.
Because you live in sin. So
what you mean?
Because in heaven, right, in the culture of heaven on earth, right? Because if God's ultimate goal was to create the earth so that heaven could be extended, then a part of you as a citizen of the kingdom has to know that I'm supposed to be manifesting the culture of heaven. So if I'm in a situation where I got laid off from my job or I'm out here in the world, I can't think lack, right? Because if I'm thinking lack, that means I'm trying to white knuckle everything, and I'm not even positioning myself to hear from the king. I'm not even positioning myself to be in a space of success. Like I'm already saying to myself, all right, let me go ahead and start filling out my resume, man, because you know what I'm saying, I might have to go back to the job, man. Like right, like that's you not even trusting that the Most High is going to take care of you, not even hearing him. You don't even know what he wants you to do. Like even like for me, and I'm talking about for me personally, right? Like I had to take some time to allow heaven to intervene so I could hear God and hear what he's saying. If I'm in sin, right? If I'm in my emotions, right? I'm breaking, violating my own word, right? Because like these are things that I'm talking about, like sinning against yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you're not even keeping your own word to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Then you're not keeping your word to your family.
Yeah.
Definitely not keeping your word to your friends. You're not even calling them, letting them know nothing about what's going on. You're not committing to the things that you said that you were gonna do.
Yeah.
Right? It's not even about like, oh well, I lied, I stole, I cussed. You know what I'm saying? Like
You talk about missing the mark.
just missing the mark,
Missing the
bro.
mark, yeah. Nah, that's fire.
So the king can't even give you what you're not able to, like you can't even manage your life. So you can't give you life abundantly if you can't even manage the life that you have.
And you were saying you can't think lack. You say you can't think lack because at the end of the day, it's the root of everything. I say is belief. Like the whole fight,
Right.
It's mental. It's
mental,
belief.
bro.
And
If you don't even believe it,
it's belief. I'm gonna make an example. Like, okay, let's say you get a new car.
yeah,
Okay, you get a new car, you get a whatever, you get a Jeep, all
Yeah.
right, whatever it is, and as soon as you get that Jeep and you start driving, all of a sudden you see them Jeeps everywhere. You ain't even know that Jeep was a part. I didn't even know they had that Jeep. Exactly, like
Right.
You start seeing that car everywhere now.
Yeah.
But them cars always been there.
Yeah.
But it's like belief, like without belief, certain opportunities you don't even see. It's
Yeah.
like if you thinking in lack, you don't even see opportunity. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? All you see is lack. You know what I'm saying? You are what you believe, and in faith. You know what I'm saying? Like God had to show me, like faith is basically faith simplified is confidence in God.
Yeah.
Not in God's hand, but in His character,
Facts.
in who He is.
And
You know what I'm
he
saying?
gonna put his word above his name. What he said, he gonna do. That's who he is. That's his name.
And doubt really is disrespectful. Like even though we go through it, but like I made an example as a husband. Like
Yeah.
I was like, if we go through a situation and I get my wife, you know what I'm saying, women and men are different.
Yeah.
Women are more emotional, I get that. But I'm gonna take it kind of disrespectful. Like if you really scared, like we're
Yeah.
not gonna come through. Like what you mean? You don't think I got you?
You don't think I'm gonna show up?
Yeah, like you don't think I got you?
You
I
don't
think
it's doubt in you about where I'm
about me, about my leadership. That's really that really like what you talking about? Like I get okay, yeah, but we all it look a little shaky. I let you have your moment,
right, but
let's not be fearful here.
Come on.
Like I got you, but it's like
let's not doubt what's actually happening.
you being disrespectful now. Like when we get out of this, I'm looking at you different now. Like you know what I'm saying? That's what I mean by like doubt is disrespectful. I like that though.
Yeah.
You can't think like.
I mean, I've been letting you guys go back and forth, but y'all definitely dealing in my realm of expertise.
We're
you here?
dealing in your realm,
Hey,
man.
speak. What
Add
you
some
got?
value, bro.
What you got for
here
me?
it, yeah.
I mean, you guys basically said, so just going back to the track, right? You talk about lack, you talk about mental. So I like to be direct in the conversations. We talk about manifestation, talk about things like that. I like to call it what it is.
Yeah.
So when we talk about heaven, that's or God, that's a consciousness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because all is mental.
Yeah.
And then there is a relationship in this consciousness. You have consciousness and subconscious.
Right.
The conscious is the masculine within. The subconscious is the feminine within. Right?
Right.
So, like, you can look at, for example, a Bible verse talk about relationships, right?
Yeah.
All right. So, conscious mind deals with trust and faith.
Okay.
If you lack trust and faith, that's where self-doubt arises from.
That's true.
Yep.
The subconscious mind deals with security or insecurities, but also self-confidence.
Self-confidence, self-belief.
Self-belief, that's right. So now, in this analogy I will use, right, if a man doesn't trust God's consciousness, therefore he's going to experience lack within himself. So now the wife is going to be insecure. So that's why the verse breaks down: a man should love his wife like Christ Jesus loves the church. What's really being said here is that I have so much faith. You understand what I'm saying? I have so much trust in the Father
Yeah.
that my trust and my faith doesn't waver. And from there, she's going to bring honor and respect to that.
Okay.
But if you lack trust in that order, then now she's going to bring disrespect
Mm.
because she can't honor that. And what's really happening is emotionally, she's feeling insecure about the situation.
Yeah.
Understand what I'm saying? So the relationship that we have with the conscious mind, the subconscious mind, is the manifestation act. It's like a husband and a wife. So the husband in the real world goes out for work, for an example. He comes back home. He brings, you know what I'm saying, everything back to the wife. And the wife then multiplies that because she's a multiplier.
Right.
Definitely. Definitely.
You know, emotions multiply. That's what emotions do. You know, so whatever you bring back to her, she's going to multiply. You bring her back good energy, she's going to multiply that.
That's facts.
Bring her back stress and negativity, she's going to multiply that. So that going back to the lack thing, right? I have to be grateful to make sure I bring the addition of gratefulness so she can multiply gratefulness, and then therefore we can manifest faster within our family.
Yeah.
But that starts within. So my conscious mind spends 2/3 of the day in the masculine state up doing action. The 1/3 is feminine when I'm asleep. So what does the conscious mind, masculine, take to the subconscious mind, feminine, into your sleep? So if you go to bed angry, for an example, in the nighttime, and anger is a constant place that you stay in because of the situation of lack.
Mm.
You can't be upset when you're presented with the situations of lack. You've manifested those things in your life because what did you take to her?
Like,
Lack.
What did she multiply?
yeah.
So when I wake up in the day and all of a sudden I left my wallet at home, I had money, but now I don't have no money and I don't have no gas in my car. I might end up on the side of the road and I'm like, oh, wow, this situation happened to me today. Or I'm going to work and I'm behind somebody that's driving slow, but I'm in a rush.
Right.
This situation happened today. My question is, what habits are you taking to sleep?
That's facts.
Come on.
That's a whole man. That's a whole
Whole
that's a
nother
lot.
pod.
That's a lot. No, I mean,
Nah, they gonna bring that work, though.
even what he said is like because I can't even get. I feel that though. Like a woman is a multiplier for sure. And even when you say like when you go to bed angry, like it's a Bible scripture on that. Like don't let the sun go down on your wrath.
On your wrath.
You know what I'm saying? That makes sense. But even with this whole it's crazy to me because some people are against science and all that. But you got scientists who don't believe in God, but they're constantly proving it. Because even like the whole cliches, you are what you believe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You attract. It's really true.
It's fact.
It's really true, but it's like it's like they take God out of it. To me, it's like but how like everything, even this, like we see solid, but nothing is really solid. You know what I'm saying? Everything is moving. Everything literally is moving. Everything really is set to a frequency.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You guys are triggering me once again.
No, good.
Y'all in my lane, right? Y'all in my lane. But even the science behind that everything moves. I'm going to use water for an example.
Yeah.
Right? Because there's something on TikTok online right now talking about it's God water.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying? But now, in the book of Genesis, it says, let there be light. So before the light, there was the great void of darkness, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then. So if you go to the deepness of the ocean, what color is it?
The deepness of the ocean?
Yeah,
It's black, right?
black.
Yeah.
So the triple blackness started in water, and most people miss that the great void is water, which is why the Bible talks about the firmament and separating the waters. Now, in the separation of water to the nothingness that you talked about in atoms, you have to understand that water can be a liquid, a solid, and also a gas. But you take advantage that air, you think air, you want to separate air from water as if air is not water, but yet it is.
That's right. Yeah, it's water. It is.
We go talk about God, we say God is omnipresent in everything, everywhere, right?
Yeah.
But if an atom is hollow and an atom is in everything, everywhere, wouldn't an atom that exists in the water be God?
All things. It's like that's like
Now, what separates man is words
words. Yeah.
and his attachment to words. Because we could take anything and we can look at a center point. So there's people who's going to listen to this podcast, right? And they're going to take different viewpoints of the podcast. So when we talk about like the New Testament and the Bible, you know what I'm saying? You had Matthew, you had who else? Mark.
You talk about the Gospels.
Yeah,
Yeah, Matthew, Mark, John, and Luke.
Yeah.
Luke and John.
Yeah.
Cool, cool. So you got those four individuals all taking account of the actions of Jesus, right?
Yeah.
Did they use the same words when they broke down the action?
No, it was different. It was the same story from different perspectives.
Same story from different perspective, and that's from man.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? For now, if you take a look at it, the same story from different perspective, and you focus on principle
Yeah.
and not words. And the way you focus on principle is how energy travels.
That's
What
facts.
direction is it going in?
Yeah.
So now I can look at this and say, I can look at mathematics and I can see positive 10 and negative 10 are just 10 steps to the left or 10 steps to the right. But I also recognize that positive is masculine and negative is feminine. I can also recognize that when the Bible talks about positive, it refers to Jesus, and when it talks about negative, it refers to the devil.
Yeah.
I can also recognize that masculine and feminine is opposite. So I always see the poles. You begin to see the poles no matter what book you pick up. Even when you study health, do you know every organ that works in your body has a masculine principle and a feminine principle?
Nah,
Every organ
I ain't
in
know
your
that.
body. Do you know that mathematics has a masculine principle and a feminine principle? You guys into music has a masculine principle and a feminine principle. So when you begin to look at life like that, you begin to see God's fingerprint
and everything.
in everything.
Yeah.
I don't care what you study.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So, like I was talking to this girl at the gym today, and she's like, "Are you a Christian?" I said, "I believe in Christ consciousness."
Yeah.
I said, "Because if a Muslim was in the room, I'm a Muslim to a Muslim. I'm a Hindu to a Hindu. You know what I mean? I could work cross aisles in my principles and what I believe, but your restrictions, how you view Christianity, won't allow you to see the principles of God. So therefore, you judge."
Oh, yeah, that's crazy. Hey, that's a lot. I'm gonna be real. If I like, that's mental. That's mental exercise. That's a lot.
Nah, it is.
That's no.
It is, but it's on point with what we already know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
I
But
mean,
we just gotta pay attention to what direction, how we apply those principles, right, to our everyday life. And I think, like I said, with this project, that's what I mean. Well, with that particular record, what I'm saying, it was about me recognizing that I can't have a lack mindset. You know what I'm saying? And just saying, okay, say goodbye to that. Because, when you with a company for a long time, you develop an emotional attachment.
you
know what I'm
do.
saying? You develop a mental attachment, right? And so at some point, you have to say to yourself that heaven is going to supply. Like, you got to believe that, right? You know what I'm saying? Everything that you need, you already have it in you. You're already pre-qualified for the things that God has for you and that you're already destined for. You know what I'm saying?
that's real.
So I think it's just self-awareness. Like, that record is about self-awareness. Like, I got to be aware that I'm telling lies to myself and everybody else. Like, I was hyped for every card that I knew that God had dealt. I'm going to say this out louder than a sentence. It's really for the sake of my repentance. Good riddance.
I like that.
I need to repent. Like, I need to change my thinking about money, jobs, business. Like, I need to repent. Like, because I haven't been thinking the way that I need to be thinking.
But that's how you elevate from ego attachment to spirit attachment. Y'all going back in the manifestation. I mean, I love the album where you're going with that, because what you're saying is you're already within vibration into the knowledge and not even recognize how far you were into it. Because you brought up one thing. I gotta stop lying to myself. You understand what I'm saying? Now, there's only two real emotions in this world: love and fear.
Yeah.
Right? And fear is the manipulation of a lie.
But perfect love casts out all fear.
So, perfect love casts out all fear, because fear is the opposite of love.
Yeah.
How do you know you're experiencing fear? Like, how do you know you're experiencing lack? Because lack is so subtle that you don't recognize it's there.
That it's there.
But the first thing is the lie. What comes after the lie? Guilt. What
Yeah.
comes after the guilt? Shame.
Shame,
What
yeah.
comes after the shame? Now the lie. Now what is a real lie we're telling ourselves is that it's not okay for me to be, aka code switching. I can't be my authentic self in the rooms in which I'm present in. So what you do is from your childhood to the adult, you know who you are, but you become somebody else. And then when you become an adult, you just want to go back to who really were in the first place as a child.
Yeah.
So now you realize that you put on identities of yourself that were never meant to be there in the first place.
Put the mask on.
So the lie is I'm being somebody else in which I'm not.
No, that's real, and that's why like authenticity bring like that's what I like this what no labels about like and I'm gonna go back because I actually want to ask about another track.
Yeah.
Authenticity. That's why I like talking to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like and you can tell it. You can tell when somebody speak. Even what's your name again, my man?
Name David, but all my homeboys call me D Rich, man.
D Rich. You know what I'm saying? Like you can
D
tell
Rich is in the building, man.
D Rich in the building.
man.
You can tell D Rich really, but and you can feel authenticity. You know what I'm saying? And like no labels was me saying okay. You know what I'm saying? Even in the religious space, it's like coming up. It's like okay, when I came up and I got saved, and it's like coming from where we come from, and I didn't come from the worst environments. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I didn't come from the best environment.
Right, either.
But I didn't come from. I didn't like it was people who had it worse off than me, but. When I got saved and I like, okay, then I start looking. It's like you're not. A lot of people in this church space was not giving me because I'm going through real life struggles.
Right.
Like I'm fresh off of whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still got struggles. You know what I'm saying? Like I still got real, but nobody was talking about it. Like nobody was having a conversation about it. And it's like piece by piece, it was like God taking me on this journey. Like, no, we need to remove all this.
It's mask.
Like remove all this. Like stop lying to yourself.
To
You know
yourself,
what I'm saying?
man.
But that's a terrible way. Like my man was saying, that's a terrible way to live when you walk around pretending. You know what I'm saying? It's like no, good or bad, whatever. Like this is true right now. It ain't got to be truth, but whatever. Like no, we living in. Like right now, you know what I'm saying? Like no pretending, nah. This is true, and I think God only deals in truth. Like God can't. It's an old saying. It may be corny, but cliche, but it's true. Like God can't bless who you pretend to be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
God, you said that, man.
He
You
can't
said
bless.
that.
He won't. He like I know. I created you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How you think, how you move, how you talk. You know what I'm saying? The way that you put together this thing, that's you. I don't need you to be nobody else. I need you to be you so that you can do what you here to do. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna go. We go all day. Man, but what's the word? Come back home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
First track of the project.
Yeah. So I said the first thing I said was let's see how far the wells go. So I'm gonna listen. Tell my sister, let Michelle know. So like the first,
I wanted you to admit. I wanted to know what that means. Like
so that bar might have went over your head.
it did. I ain't gonna lie.
So Wells Fargo is a bank, right?
Yeah.
So I'm saying let's see how far the wells go. So a well goes deep, right? So when I said let's see how far the wells go, I'm talking about my family, my friends, the people I know, my network of people,
Yeah.
right? Because the more people you help, the more value you bring to other people, the more value you can bring back to yourself. So the wider you open your hand, you know what I'm saying?
You can't get rid of it fast enough.
You can't,
It's coming
right?
back, yeah.
So I want to see how far the wells go, right? So I said, tell my sister, let Michelle know. But Melissa is my sister-in-law,
Okay.
right? And Michelle is my sister.
See, I would never thought that. 'Cause I thought you were talking about Michelle Obama.
Yeah, see,
What do Michelle got to do with
yeah,
it? I kept trying to figure out.
she's Michelle is my sister, and Melissa is my sister-in-law.
That's fire.
And so their birthdays are March the 20th and the 22nd. Right, so so it's a divine thing to me, you know what I mean, because they both love me so dearly, Melissa because of my relationship with my wife, and
Yeah.
my sister, right, she's 18 years older than me, so I've always grown up with like two sets of parents, so like anytime I'm doing music, I'm always referencing my sister because a lot of who I am today is who she raised me to be in a way, right, you know what I'm saying, so. But yeah, that's what that was about. You know what I mean? So, and I was just connecting that to Wells Fargo and
Come back home. Come back home. Now, what you mean? Did you leave? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I knew that I was going to be celebrating family, for Thanksgiving.
Come back home.
So I was already writing the song because I knew when I was going to release it was Thanksgiving.
Okay.
And so I knew I was going to be around my family. And so when I'm with my family, I'm home. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like a place. Home isn't a place for me. It's with the people.
It's not a place. Yeah, that's
You know what I'm
facts.
saying?
That's
Yeah.
facts. No, man. Man, we done this project gonna be fire, man. Shout out to D Rich.
D Rich, man. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, this right, because he brought a whole new element.
Yeah.
I know it's gonna be somebody.
Look, that's who D Rich is. That's a regular.
And it's gonna be somebody. It's gonna be somebody listening to this. I'm telling you, boy, they're gonna be like, "Yo," because I would have never know. But as a man, I can go like, cause I know with the project, I can go on and on. But like, so this project for you, it was really saying it was you, because I'm about to cut it off in a second.
Yeah.
I'm about to cut it off. We at the end, but this project for you, what you want the people to take from it?
That it's really the God in you, man. There's a like, no matter what you're going through or where you at, you know what I mean, the thing that people are attracted to is God in you.
Hey, that's a fact.
And people say God, God is basic. You know what I'm saying? I'm being specific, right? Like the creator of the heavens and the earth of the universe is inside of you. You know what I'm saying? And you are a part of that, man. You're a part of that. And we don't value ourselves to the level that we should, because we kind of forget that and living in this.
We don't really see ourselves. I'm be real. Like, it's kind of really hard to comprehend who we really are. Like, that's why I appreciate, because how you talk is really coming from like a royal place.
Yeah, bro.
It's like just to even think about it, just like you said, just like what you just said.
Yeah.
Like we can't just breeze by that.
We
like,
can't, bro.
Like when you think about it, it's like, okay, we look at the Bible, and yes, I believe the Bible is God inspired. Like God breathed on men to write it. Right. But I look at it like this. It was like God is so phenomenal. Just like my man would say, like you can't limit yourself, because how the Holy Spirit gave it to me. Like I got a daughter. You know what I'm saying? And in order for me to convert these complicated ideas, I gotta break it down to her in the simplest of terms.
Yeah,
that's what I believe. Like what he really telling you is really way beyond like he breaking it down so that we can understand it. It's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why I don't like people who talk in an arrogant way. I ain't saying I don't like people, but I don't like when people talk as if they understand God. We don't understand. Like he give us blueprints. He got us a genius. It's not. Like he's beyond me. But I'm gonna go there because I go on the pivot. But like no, we don't we can he gives us principles. He tells us his character. But let's be clear.
Yeah, like
it's a lot more to that.
Like you might think you brilliant.
Yeah,
but it's really the brilliance that's in you, and you just a part of that.
That's a
you know what I'm saying?
You're a part of it. Yeah,
you just a part of that.
We're gonna go all day, but man,
yeah,
I appreciate you.
No doubt, King.
The project, him and me is out. It's screaming right now.
On all streaming platforms, man.
We're gonna end it here.
Be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel, Thinking Kingdom Media on YouTube.
I'll put the link down below.
Man. Make sure you link with me, follow for more content on Thinking Kingdom on Instagram. And then also anytime if you're a business owner or an entrepreneur or a music artist, Thinking Kingdom Media is a production company that would allow you to create content and make it easy for you to connect with your audience, man. We make it easy. We have quick turnarounds and great deliverables in terms of just what you're going to get for what you pay. But definitely check out No Labels Podcast.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Sure. My brother Willie G.
We working.
You know what I'm saying?
We working.
Salute to the Kingdom family that's checking in on Instagram and YouTube. And everybody that's supporting the project and supporting the music. Salute to everybody on Facebook and all these platforms, TikTok and all of them platforms.
And yo,
appreciate y'all.
And we appreciate you. And shout out D Rich, man. I was surprised guest host,
man.
Salute, hey, appreciate that. Man. For real, appreciate that.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate that. But yo, this is No Labels Podcast, man. I am your host, Willie G. We out. Love y'all.
Peace and grace.